are you?
I'm looking for Mardu.
You found him. What do you want?
What have you done to your robots? Oh gosh, they look all torn up. I treat mine badly, but this is macabre.
They're servos, not robots. Are you buying? You've got one already.
Not buying. No.
Then what do you want?
I was told that you could help me.
But you're not after a servo.
I'm looking for some information.
The observatory, then.
He knows about it?
You're after the observatory.
What observatory?
What observatory? You don't trick me. The last fool of a sailor I came across. And he was a fool.
Probably Renba?
I mentioned the observatory and his ears pricked up like a kitten's. It was like he'd sat on a pin.
And who was that?
I have no idea. Some ratty little man dressed like a king. But he all but lost his teeth at the mention of observatory.
Was his name Renba?
I didn't ask his name. I just salted his dish and salted it again. He ate it up, like a hungry dog. It passed the time.
The observatory's just a ruin.
Is that so? Are you sure?
Why don't you tell me what it is? So I can go, or I'm a scholar, I can read things. I'm a scholar, I can read things.
So you're here from... sheer curiosity, no other reason.
Why don't you tell me what it is?
Why don't I? A shimmering idea. Perhaps I should throw in a servo into the bargain.
Ah, right, he wants a trade.
What do you think?
I'm only asking for information. Or should I be sarcastic? That sounds like a good deal.
It does not sound like a deal at all. If it were a deal, I would get something in return.
All right then, what do you want? Ooh, no.
What is the fine-looking robot you have?
Ooh, this is interesting. So I could say I'd happily trade the robot, but he isn't mine to trade. And he'd be like, oh, well, I can make the robot yours. And then I could be like, psych, I'm leaving. After making sure that he isn't loyal to Miari anymore. This is tough. I don't want to enrage poor Six. And I don't want to call him a servo because he's not a simple servo. I don't want to make Six angry. Oh, but this might be the only way for me to get him adjusted so that he belongs to me. But look at what this dude does to all his robots. They're mindless. They don't even have any soul or spirit to them. I don't know if I can trust this guy touching the insides of Six anyway. You can't have my robot. Well then, mistress.
It speaks! Wonderful. A pity you do not really want to find the observatory.
I want to know what you have before I agree to anything. How old is the observatory? What state is it in?
Let me tell you about the observatory. I've walked its corridors, seen ancient machines. It's built on 3 levels, each is circular, each wider than the one above, so that it looks like it must topple from the sky, and yet it stands. But perhaps that is enough for you.
New site indicated. That's not enough.
I disagree, fine lady. Now we discuss a price.
I don't like your terms.
I could tell you about the corridors of glass, the machines, like gigantic servos buried deep below the crust.
Are you sure you won't trade? The thing is, I thought we had the inkling of a site, but do we know where it's located? I won't trade.
So be it. And so the observatory is lost once more.
What's this about dealing with you? Just tell me.
I'm a businessman. You'll find the door is over there. Such a pity. But if you ever find a servo, think of poor Amadou, his business drying up by the day.
Mistress, what just happened? Shh. Just leave it.
I can smell fried meat, spiced apple, fresh leather, wealth.
Okay. Met Amadou. He inferred the existence of a previous unknown somewhere in the Withering Ways, but I don't know enough to find it yet. Is it really one of those things where... Where's the Withering Ways? Because I don't want to trade 6. Unfortunately, I can't tell what part of this map includes the Withering Ways, but Renbud knew about this. Is there anyone else who would? Berries and other fruits. Amazing, all these fruit sellers don't end up fighting each other. Quite possibly they do. Jars for water. Or oil, perhaps. Half of these stalls don't have merchants. Aren't they worried about thieves? Perhaps these people are rich enough to be honest. Or perhaps the punishment for stealing is extreme. Maybe I can find someone else that knows about this observatory? Or who has a servo that I could purchase off them somehow. A cook? A cook? Hungry 6? Hilarious. Best not to go wandering off. This is a big moon. Forgive me, but do you live on Runaki?
I do.
Someone tried to sell me a gecko, but I don't know why.
Why? To keep the flies away from your fruit. Why else would you buy a gecko? Good faith, lady.
Wait, so people really do buy geckos to serve as a pest deterrent in their houses? Ooh, shoes. Shoes. Where's the shopkeeper? I could steal a pair and run off with them. Perhaps they are so badly made they would trip you up. Oh, books. Books. Not many on Elbereth can read, so... People around here read.
Of course we read. But did you say Elbereth?
I'm from Elbereth.
Oh. Elbereth isn't very nice, I'm told.
Unlucky places never are.
No, I suppose not. Yes?
Oh, what's your book?
I like books. There's nothing wrong with that, is there?
I love books too.
Do you? I barely have any.
You're surrounded by books, aren't you? Yeah, I don't want to mention Iox yet.
Well, I suppose so, but they're all the same book.
My name is Aliya.
Nina.
I work on Iox. There are libraries there.
Iox! I've always wanted to visit a real library.
Oh, okay, so they're not thinking ill of Iox. Ooh. Iox has 3. Thousands of books. Some are so old no one can read them.
You're teasing me.
I'm quite serious.
I'd love to see it. But I couldn't ever sail. My soul is pure, and I'll keep it that way.
Wait, what? What, your soul can become impure from sailing? Is it because you're in the rivers? How can you see the nebula if you don't sail?
Do you really think like that? You don't find you lose anything out there?
Like what? Oh, part of their soul? I don't go blind. I don't start talking in loops.
The priests of the Great Loop are very clear about it. The rivers strip your soul. It's what they're made of, after all.
The rivers are air and water. They're no more harmful than a hose pipe. Why they flow, I don't know. But I've never seen any souls lost out there.
Of course. Excuse me. I don't get much time. My father will have me back at the account soon enough.
Is this your bookstall?
I look after it for my aunt. They're mostly the same book. The printers have a print of one book and they roll it out. Same as the bread makers do.
Can I buy a book?
You'd have to ask my aunt. I'm not sure where she's got to.
Do you know Amadou, the servo dealer?
Yes, I do. Why?
He wanted to buy my robot.
I'm not surprised. It's in excellent condition. I'm sure he'll give you a fair deal. He's my father.
Oh, really? I'm sorry to trouble you. I'll let you read.
Good faith to you, lady. I must get back to my work.
A fat man with a scarf flashed a cheeky smile at me as he walked away.
Oh, I see. So, this is... I want to find out where that observatory is, because the observatory is where we'll discover the super weapon or whatever it is that's supposed to bring about the darkness, but I don't want to give up 6. He's my companion in all of this. Bread. Smells good. Must be fresh. I cannot imagine how it smells. It is made from moldering flowers, is that correct? I don't think so, no. Maybe I should bug her again about her father. Excuse me again.
Hello again. Be well.
And she leaves. Really? That's it? Oh, rugs. Rugs! I could get one for the professor. Her office could use more color. Or for Timur. The bar could use a rug. Perhaps if the archaeology does not pan out, mistress, you could simply trade rugs around the Nebula. And become a rug salesman. Does this lady have anything to say? No. So I'm at a dead end. I don't want to trade 6. And I don't even want to potentially offer up 6. But it's clear that he's not going to accept unless... Does anyone else have any info? Oh, that lady ran away from me. This is the observatory we're talking about. Wish I could address 6 about this. No, there really only is one. Let me look at the map. Okay. So we have that. We have that. We could go back to the dig site. Now that there's no one there, we might be able to find his stuff. We rescued a laborer and left behind by Rumba from the small town nearby. I didn't see inside the dig tent that Rumba left behind, and I haven't seen the boat Sia had mentioned. Could go there next. I do want to go there, I think. So she's just going through the dialogue again. Is there a way for me to choose the means to go there? I suppose I can backtrack and see if that will instigate a jump to the ship, because I can always return to Renaki. Oh, I have the option to buy an apple. Oh, who's that lady over there? Or is she just one of the villagers? Please, one moment, but are you a local here?
I've lived here all my life.
Do people read much here?
We are very devout on Renaki. It is why we are so fortunate. The loop provides good faith to you.
Oh, so maybe they only read essentially what's akin to their Bible, what was brought to them by the clergy. And I don't think if I buy an apple or a lizard that her father would be interested in it, Amadu. Back to the ship.
And so we left the surface of Renaki, the market moon, with new leads for an undiscovered site.
So we won't know where the observatory is, but I'm hoping that amongst Renba's things at the dig site, we'll be able to find our own means to get to that place without having to trade in poor Six. I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if we gave him away.
We should sail back to Iox and tell Mayari what we've seen.
Nope. I'm gonna do anything but. I'm not going back to Mayari.
I was thinking about what that boat that Sia and Renba found. The size of the dig suggests it was big. The Empire never used ships that large.
Not used.
And it was too old. Too long buried. You have never seen a ship like it. I hope Mistress Sia's description was accurate. This changes our history, Six. There must have been a whole age before the Empire, when ships like great whales crawled the rivers. But doing what? Trading, Mistress. Perhaps people lived on them. Can you imagine that? A boat which people live on. An age of sail. Before the Empire was founded. Before the Empire locked down the Nebula.
All right. The Age of Sail site. Oh, so this is an entire section where the observatory could be. But we're going to go back to Renba's dig site. Let's plot a course there. Ooh, and that's long.
I haven't seen that boat that Sia had mentioned, and I could go there next.
We're going to sail back to the dig site.
The Renaki Reach. Sailing to Renba's dig site in Eagle's Pass via the edge of the cyclones.
And I could try sailing it. Just so I can talk more with Six.
Here's what I don't understand, Six. The boat buried under the dust of that moon near Elbereth that Sia told us about. How did Renba know it was there?
How did he? Unless maybe that wasn't what he had discovered from Amadu. No, that's the other area.
That is a very good question, Mistress.
Oh, no. I'm going down. I think I'm stuck. No. There's no way I'm gonna be able to fight it. Where am I going now? Misturn! Reset. Backspace. Okay. Let's do this again. Oh, I need to get to the side.
For the longest time, Mayari didn't know about the Nightingale. I would hitch lifts with robot couriers to Elbereth, then slip away to play aboard the ship. Until one day, when Oroi reckoned she could figure out how to launch it. And of course, I didn't know how to stop. I pretty much crashed into the dock on Iox.
Ooh, whoa, wait. Approach ruin? What ruin is that?
A ruin.
The robot hoppered away, and I was alone. Then it came back.
I recovered a wooden fragment from a boat's hull. It must have come from somewhere nearby. On its inscription. This one is a fractured piece from an even longer phrase.
No idea.
Wait, so will we actually find these things if we keep flying around the nebula? There's another thing. Approach shipwreck. What shipwreck is this?
A wreck.
It is a shipwreck from ancient times, mistress. Wait, mistress. I found a small book covered in curious scrawl. Just floating out there. There's some marked symbols along the spine. This is one end of a faded fragment of text. Small book. Oh, never mind. This? With... hold something. This doesn't feel right. So not the with, but... I hold something. Mistress, that translation is clearly incorrect. There must be other phrasing. This doesn't feel right. Ah. This holds, pretty much. I'm convinced that my translation for this is correct. This... I mean, maybe it's book. Book holds... I mean, this looks like the word for life. Live? I could still change my mind, but this book holds life. If only we could read the volume. It comes from the same source as the hull fragments, I think. We're in a rapid. Wow, those are some pretty clouds. Now I don't have the controller rumbling anymore. This is excellent. Let's keep going. I wonder how many more of those special locations are scattered throughout the rivers. I mean, that looks like something on the right. Is it? No, not something that we can access. The edge. The edge of what? Let's hope that this was the way we wanted to go. I do really want to explore more of this nebula. I have the route leads to our destination, mistress. Oh, okay. Which way do I want to go? Right or left? Let's go right. Look out there, Six. Evidently, it is indeed beautiful, mistress. This music's so calming, too. I wonder how many people have ships or can navigate.
We're not through it yet.
Or perhaps the one telescope found by Renba led to another mistress. Anytime it ends with mistress, I know it's the robot speaking. Perhaps the telescopes also communicated with each other. Wait, like transmitters? Or do they see one another? But as we have found no such telescopes ourselves, there's little we can do. Oh, I want to go this way. And down we go. Whoa. Spinning this time. We want to keep left, by the looks of it. How old is the Nightingale Mistress? I'm not sure. Nearly 1,500 years old, maybe? Really? That old? Do people ever manufacture new ships, or are they all ancient ones? I'm surprised the ship... Whoa. Either route continues ahead at the junction. Let's go left. No, there... Oh, nope. Looks like I have to go right. I have finished my consideration of the stones and the statue's mistress. I believe I have a rough location for where the statues were constructed. Ooh. A new site for the sculptures. How old? I believe the statues were carved in deep antiquity. Perhaps more than 1,500 years ago. Why have my sails closed? I need to sweep them. Open up a little, perhaps? Either way looks plausible. The green almost reminds me of when we approached Mercy. Yeah, the one thing I don't understand is how to open up the sails once they've closed. I might just have to pass the controls on to 6, as much as I would love to continue conversing with him. Did you not think to give your ship to the curators on Iox? She is an archaeological find, after all. Either path leads to our destination. Whoa, we're going way too fast. I think I might want to pass the controls to 6 at some point, because these are becoming really tumultuous. Do you think I should give the ship to Iox? There we go, now we're catching some drift. It would seem to me to be your job. But I am new to this, of course. Iox doesn't like people to have ships. Probably because it gives them too much freedom. They would have burned her. Either of the branches. Ooh, I'm gonna go right. Your ship is no secret, mistress. Professor Miyari knows you sail, of course. Miyari is kind to me. I don't really know why. Disregard the next turning, mistress. Oh, that's his way of saying go straight. Well, I suppose both of these flow in here. I could sail forever. Interesting, mistress. Could you sail forever? Or would you run out of sky? We've entered an area of weaker flow once more, mistress. Take a good look around. Set us down 6. Oh, this is Renba's dig site.